If reposted.
It's been a while since we've gone to Twitter to get a quote, but I found this one I couldn't resist. It's from the CEO of Cluster Inc. Her name is Kim Taylor. She says, I'm a founder. I did not collect baseball cards, sell things as a child, or start any business in college. I simply did not want to work for others and wanted to execute my own ideas. I think this is a good reminder that old dogs can be taught new tricks. I mean, even if you're 20, you can be considered an old dog, but like basically you hear all these stories of CEOs being like, oh, I collected baseball cards or I did all these things. And the entrepreneurial spirit is built within you, but like not necessarily. If you just want to do something, go out and do it.
Ah, I really took this more from the tone of how she says this or how I felt like she said it than the entirety of it, in that she sounds like the exact type of person that would start a business and be successful. It's just you just have to have that like plow ahead. I'm doing it my way. Because if you limp into doing a business, starting a business, I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah, I think you're right. The spirit of that is more of like, I'm going to be able to do it because I know a lot of people who don't want to work for others, but they
Yeah,
have to, and they
yeah.
continue to do it. So starting a business isn't only not wanting to work for others, it's being able to execute it. But she's saying, I think I don't fit the mold. And so you don't have to either. Anyone can start a business. Just do it.
Yeah, and I mean that's like you can really extrapolate that to anything, right? It's the people that do things different that end up changing the way we see things or do things, right? I mean, if you do the same, well, I guess there's ideas of people that copy people on their business
Right.
and make that work. Like, isn't it like Salesforce and Oracle? Salesforce kind of came from Oracle, and they're
Right.
just as successful.
I think what people can get hung up on is the anomaly of a Facebook or a Mark Benioff, the CEO of Salesforce. Like these people have these ideas and they like crazy, they fit the mold and it's crazy. But I think what a lot of people forget about is there's a lot of sneaky successful people who are making plastic caps for Coca-Cola or for Coke bottles. Like it doesn't have to be this crazy billion dollar idea. Like find something that you want to do and you can do it.
Also,
I think.
too, like I feel like this is totally a bingo square. Doyle Brunson, the famous poker player, has said once, when you're at a poker table, everybody's playing tight, you play loose. When everybody's loose, you play tight. You zig when people are zagging. Like you just, if you're doing what everybody else is doing, you're never gonna have that creative idea. And once again, sort of change the like Uber. Nobody was taking taxis in San Francisco. He's like, hey man, taking a taxi sucks because the taxis drive right by you. I'm gonna start a company that comes right to your door.
Yeah, I mean, just identifying what needs are out there, and I think I would also stick to advice I would give people that want to start a business or want to start a side hustle. It doesn't have to be something that's going to change lives or change the entire world. Just like there's a need out there, and you can execute it. Something as simple as plastics or whatever type of a service.
I'm going to admit right now that I'm fully going to make up a statistic, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I feel like people that start businesses don't succeed until like their third business. Like they fail on their first two, and it's only on like their third attempt after they borrowed money and lost it, borrowed money and lost it. It's like on their third attempt that their company becomes successful.
Yeah, I don't know that many people that have started businesses, but I think it's kind of like if you set yourself up for success, and I think a lot of times maybe starting a business, you're like, oh, I'm just going to do it, and you don't think about the financial runway that you might need to do it. But
You
her
know,
company,
I would just say like starting a business, like I like her attitude of like, I don't want to work for anybody, full stop. But we've talked about all the time that that does have some drawbacks. You really have to be a, I don't know, dog-minded, straightforward person to just do it yourself and not have input from other people.
yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point. If you are thinking about starting a business, maybe take a quick personality test or spend a couple days like thinking about who you are because there is a lot of personalities that require the more structure to be able to say this is what you need to be doing and this is next, or someone doesn't want to hear what they should be doing and so they don't. Like I didn't want to be working for someone that I didn't respect and so I quit and there, I mean, there's adjustment periods. I don't think I'm the type of person that likes to work within a structure, but even right after I left it, it took me a while to kind of adjust and fluctuate. And I guess to your point, the businesses I've started in the past, the first one didn't work out. So,
But I think you definitely have like the perseverance and the focus to do things on a daily basis when people aren't telling you to do it.
something I struggle with is I don't know at what point am I being stubborn or what point am I persevering? Because, like, if you don't see success, like, when is that? And you hear so many stories of people that like kept going and they kept. Hacksaw Ridge was a movie that took like 15 years to get made. It won a bunch of Academy Awards. But for every Hacksaw Ridge, there's 100,000 movies that never get made, and people are trying to make them still. So
On the
that's
reflexive of that, there was some sort of study about bands and like how close they came to making it, but quit before. I don't know the statistic, but it was like, so they were like so close and then they'd stop.
I mean, that's a carrot it's sneaky. It wants to keep you there. Like you hear John Krasinski was quitting acting, and then his last audition was The Office, and now he's married to a British woman, which is everyone's dream.
Oh, hosting Saturday Night Live.
Right. Or Lisa Kudrow had gotten fired from Frasier. And because of that, she got an audition for, well, not, she freed up to be able to do Friends. You never know what your next turn's going to be. And I think for me, that's part of the allure of working in the highly volatile entertainment industries, because you never know what the next day can hold.
Does that mean you're going to get hired on Frasier 2 or something soon?
I started rewatching Frasier recently and it holds up. So
It does.
I think so. But I love that. I was a weird kid. Why do kids like Frasier? I shouldn't have liked that. That was weird.
It was a little high end. Hey.
Anyway, if you want to register your C Corp in Delaware, please reach out. You can find us at Reposted Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. I'm Andrew Keller for Reggie Jackson saying thanks for stopping by.